All right, welcome back. We're going to start with the nervous system, and I apologize for my creepy little drawing here, but I'm doing the best that I can. Okay, so we're going to show you about the nervous system functions. There are three primary nervous system functions with a simple situation. Okay, so let's say for whatever reason, my little man with, I don't know if he has enough fingers, but we're going to say this is a candle. Okay, it's a terrible candle. So he touches that candle on accident or intentionally, it doesn't matter. Okay, the first thing that happens is that he's got sensors right here. Okay, actually, we're gonna make that a different color. We're gonna make it orange. So he's got sensors. Okay, we call these sensory receptors. Okay, somehow he needs to know that, hey, I'm touching something that's stupid hot. So he touches this, and this sensory receptor will then send a signal all the way up to the central nervous system. Okay, we're just gonna go to the spine here. This is an afferent neuron. Okay, an afferent neuron connects the sensory receptors, we're just going to say in here, with our control center, okay, or our integration center, okay. Your control center is made up of what we call interneurons. And so interneurons do the processing. So they're either excitatory or inhibitory. We'll talk a little bit more about this in class. But ultimately, they take this information from the afferent neuron and go, hey, we need to do something, or we don't need to do something. But in this case, since we're burning our finger, we need to do something. Okay. And so ultimately what they do is they send a signal via an efferent neuron, okay, to whatever is the effector. I don't want to delete that. So in this case, whoops, didn't select it though. So in this case, our effector is, we're just going to say it's our bicep. Okay. Notice, and this isn't always the case, but I think more often than not it is, that where we sense something, the effect or our response happens somewhere else, right? So usually, like when you touch something that's really hot with your finger, you don't just move your finger; you move your whole arm out of the way. Okay, and that's because the interneurons are sending a signal along an efferent neuron to your arm, saying, "Hey, we got a elbow flexion or whatever it is to get out of the way, to move our entire hand." And it's not just we're going to move it a little; we're going to move it a lot. It's kind of a big dramatic thing. So to summarize, the three primary functions. I'm trying to find a color I haven't used yet. That's all right. Are to sense, to integrate, and then there's a response that's often referred to as like a motor response. Okay. It's not necessarily my favorite thing because to me, motor implies movement, but with all the responses that your central nervous sends out, it's not always a movement, but that's what you'll see in textbooks and stuff. Okay. And so that gives you a basic idea of how the nervous system functions. Another way to look at it is that it's essentially, not exactly, but it's essentially kind of like a negative feedback loop. And so with that, welcome to the nervous system.